99,999. 99,999. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my Jaguar XK8. People who've been watching the channel will know that I've not made a video about this particular car for a while because I've been concentrating on doing some work to the MG and going on a bit of adventure in that. So if you haven't seen my Wales adventure in my MG, then give that a watch because I was quite proud of how that one turned out and it was great fun to make as well. So yeah, please do watch that. So in a similar kind of trend, I wanted to go on a bit of a trip in the XK8 as well before Christmas, and because of Christmas plans and the encircling coronavirus with the new strain that's out at the moment, an overnight trip was kind of out of the question really. So in the true spirit of a GT, I wanted to try and see how far this car will go in one day. So as this car is coming up to 100,000 miles, it's done just over 99,000 miles now. I thought what better way to see the 100,000 mile landmark than a bit of an epic trip. So what's the plan then? Well, the plan is to wake up really early tomorrow morning and just head northwards as far as I can go before I get sort of halfway through the day, before I have to turn around and come back again. The reason I've chosen northwards is I just think that we're going to run out of road if we go east or west, and south you have to go into mainland Europe, which at the moment isn't really what I want to do. So heading north, and we'll see how far we can get, hopefully as far as Scotland, and being Christmas, hopefully we'll see a bit of snow up there if we go as far as I want to get, and also pick up a bottle of Scotch whisky for my dad for his Christmas present. So I'm quite excited to be doing this tomorrow. I mean, hopefully it'll be fun and we'll actually get somewhere interesting rather than a colossal waste of time and energy, but we won't know until we try it. So in preparation for the trip, I do keep this car reasonably well maintained, and I've checked oil, water, as well as tyre pressure, so I'm reasonably well prepared in that respect. But there are a couple of niggles which I wanted to address before going. The first one was a warning I got on the dash about traction control problems and cruise control not being available, and scanning the codes it turned out that this wheel sensor in the rear left wheel was reporting a fault. So I have replaced that sensor, but I'm still getting the message, and I don't think I'm going to be able to sort this out before going, which means I won't have any cruise control and I won't have any traction control. The other issue that I've got is a slightly rattling dash. Now John from To The Garage has done loads of videos on this kind of thing, and I've followed those and I've cranked up the 3 screws on the dash top and it seems to have gone away, which is really good, but I'll only be able to tell if it comes back or not on a longer journey, which I'm doing tomorrow. So I'm very much looking forward to starting off early in the morning, even though it means I'm not going to get too much sleep tonight. But I think that's it for now, and you'll join me early tomorrow as I set off for Scotland. See you then. Morning, it's 2 AM, I've just got in the car and I'm about to set off. Got to reset all my trip meters and stuff, but just having a glance at the odometer. I don't know if you can see that. You can. Oh, right, it's going up. That says 99,080 miles, so just under 1,000 miles to get it over 100,000 miles on there. I think if we make it to where I'm planning to get to and back again, we'll do that. But yeah, gotta get on the road because there's a long day ahead. So let's go. Right, so we're on the road now. I've been on the road for quite a while. I'm up near Carlisle, so I've made quite significant progress already this morning. And I've just stopped off for some breakfast really, so I've got a cup of tea and I've got a bacon roll just down there. But I'm really surprised at how tired I feel actually. So when I last did a long trip in this particular car, I went to the Lake District, and because it was earlier on in the year, the sun starts to come up earlier and you get a bit of a second wind and you feel a bit more refreshed. But because tomorrow is the shortest day of the year, it's just been pitch black outside so far, and I haven't had that second lift of waking up, so I have felt pretty tired, which isn't really boding well for later on when I'm on the return journey. So in order to try and be sensible, I think I'm just going to have my breakfast and my cup of tea, see how I feel, maybe even have like a 20-minute cat nap just to get a bit of rest back, and then start on my merry way again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into Scotland, seeing how the scenery changes compared to the north of England, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, we are well inside Scotland now. I didn't sleep at that service station from my previous clip just because commuter traffic started coming in, so there's too much activity to get my head down. And I didn't actually feel that I needed it in the end, because after my cup of tea the sun started to come up, and you can't really tell too much because it's hidden behind cloud, but definitely got a bit of a second wind. And now being in Scotland, the scenery has changed quite dramatically, much more Scottish I suppose, which is kind of weird actually. You know, lines are drawn on a map by people, but the landscape seems to know to change once you cross over that line within moments, which is quite weird. Outside, hopefully you can see from the forward-facing camera, it's quite wintry, so frost in the trees and on the ground and things. I don't think it's snow, it looks like more frost to me. Now, one of the things I don't tend to do, and I should do more of while doing these types of trips, is actually talk about the car a little bit. So this is my XK8, as people who have been watching the channel will know, and I have done previous videos on my XK talking about it. But doing trips like this is kind of what it's made for, and I personally think that the XK8 is the best value GT car that you can actually buy at the moment, given that they're quite cheap to buy and their capabilities. So the best value overall, I think. They look great, they drive really well, they more or less, if well maintained, have quite strong drivetrains. The things that kind of let them down are the odd electrical gremlin and rust, so you have to do research there. And some of the earlier models had engine things which you just have to check have been done over the lifetime of the car. But one of the surprising things about the XK8, given that it's got a V8 engine, this one 4.2 litre, is the fuel economy. So I'm doing about 30.7 miles per gallon on my readout there, but that's because I've been trying to make up a bit of time from my stop. But before that I was on about 32 miles per gallon, which is really good, you know, on a run getting that kind of economy. And if you are driving it sensibly and on a motorway, you can expect 450 to 500 miles from a tank, which, you know, is quite a good range to have a good distance between fill-ups. Continues. So we came off the motorway and kind of jinked around Glasgow, so a bit weird kind of going over a city. It seems to be lots of flyovers and bypasses and things. Actually got slightly lost on my way northward. We're now onto an A road and just drove past Loch Lomond, I think. So we're going to keep on going up towards the Highlands and see where we get to. The destination I kind of had in mind is Glencoe. I'd love to be able to get there and see what that's all about, because it's supposed to be very picturesque and beautiful. No sign of any snow yet, so it might be lucky that the roads aren't icy or anything. The outside temperature kind of went right down to about 3 degrees early hours of this morning, and it's gone up to 7 now, so hopefully no ice about in my summer tyres. But yeah, we'll see how we go, and hopefully we'll get to Glencoe before I have to turn around and head all the way back again, so stay tuned. this lake, it suddenly turned all twisty and turny and exciting. It's quite good as well because the speed limit is 50 or 60, so you get to sort of go up and down the gears a little bit, which is great fun. Just don't want to crash though, because you'll end up in the water. Still on this road on the way up to Glencoe, stuck behind this lorry at the moment, with trees sort of all around me, but every now and again I get a peek through them at what's in the back, in the distance, and it's these bigger hills with sort of clouds all around them. You might just see it out of the front camera every now and again if we go around the corner, but it kind of looks like it's not real, like it's a matte painting or something kind of put there behind the trees, because it's so picturesque. Wow, now we're talking. These are some proper hills out here. This bit down here seems really dramatic, kind of valley that we're driving through. I think it was called Meeting of the Three Waters or something like that on the map. A few caravans holding us up, but it just means we can take in the scenery a bit better without charging along here. It's just incredible, this place. It's like the mountains are holding up the clouds. It's like a duvet or a sheet that's been draped over the top and they're holding it up. Right, so there we go, we made it to Glencoe. I'm just down the road at the marina. There's some free parking right on the lock here, and it's an amazing place. I wish it wasn't quite as cloudy as it was. We'd be able to see the tops of the mountains and things here, but I can't believe that we're here and it's only just gone 12:30. So I've got a little bit of time, perhaps half an hour to an hour, just to have some lunch and a bit of a rest, then I've got to start the return journey. So the odometer on the car is reading about 99,600, so we're definitely going to do the 100,000 mark on the way back, and in all it'll be about 1,100 miles in one day. So I can't really hang around and take it all in because I've got to start the return journey now, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. The car's doing me proud so far. It's very dirty, road salt and all sorts of things like that. It'll have to be washed when I get back, but yeah, eat my lunch and back on the road. Right, here we are then on the return leg, and there wasn't really anything to film on the way back, really. I was stuck behind some slow moving traffic all the way down from Glencoe, which was quite mind numbing, and it's quite bad actually seeing your estimated arrival time back home slowly tick up as you get further and further behind the speed you should be doing. So that kind of cleared a bit once we got to Glasgow, because we're back on motorways rather than single lane roads, so you can get past people and things. But traffic is a bit heavier now, because when I left at 2 o'clock in the morning, as you'd expect, there wasn't much traffic, but now it's 5 to 4, so people are starting to finish work, do bits and pieces like pick kids up from childcare if they've done that, or just then finish their work, whatever, to commute home. So the roads are a lot busier, and I'm wondering whether that's going to affect my journey time significantly. I mean, I thought it would impact it a little bit, but it depends. I think when I hit rush hour, what cities I might be near. So if I end up going past Liverpool or Manchester around rush hour, I might find myself in a bit of traffic. We'll just have to see how we do, because I would really love to get home before midnight, because then I would have done my trip within that sort of 24-hour period. So yeah, I mean, my estimated arrival time at the moment is 20 to 10, so it will have to go quite a bit wrong for it to go past midnight, but stranger things have happened. So not really too much to report at the moment. I'm feeling quite okay at the moment. I've had a couple of Red Bulls, so the caffeine is kicking in from those, so I'm feeling alright at the moment, but I might have to stop soon for fuel, and I might have to take a little bit of a rest just so I don't overdo it on the way back. So yeah, I'll report back in a bit to see how it's going. Well, the way back is turning into a bit of a slog actually. There is lots of traffic still, no jams or anything yet, but it's just congested, so it's always full concentration, people cutting you up and undertaking you, overtaking you, whatever, and jostling for position, trying to get home from their jobs and things like that. So I'm just trying to stay out of trouble, stay in the slow lane where I can, and just pop out to overtake. But because I'm concentrating on that, I'm not really doing any video updates. I've stopped for my last fuel stop now, so the next stop is home, hopefully. And I guess my next update will be once I'm back, and I'll do a bit of a summary of how I've got on, mileage and all the rest of it. So I'll be back in a minute, your time, not my time, once I've reached home, and I'll go through what we've done today. I nearly actually forgot about this. The tick over to 100,000 miles is about to happen. I was so wrapped up in trying to get home that I'd almost forgotten that that was kind of the point of doing this trip in the first place. So we'll see if we can capture the moment it actually ticks over on the dash. It's a bit of a shame that I've got the dash warning there with the wheel speed sensor, kind of ruins the clean look of it a bit, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers. I'll see. Hopefully that's legible in there. 99,999. Not sure why I'm saying woohoo. I've probably just devalued my car by about 20% doing that. Oh well, can't think of a better way to celebrate going over the milestone. That's good. I'm glad I got it on camera. Okay, finally home now. Made good time in the end actually. It's only 9:20, so I'll do a quick summary of what we've done today and a little bit of a review of the activities, I suppose. So we'll start with where we went. So going up to the Scottish Highlands was a real treat actually, something I've wanted to do for ages, but all today has proven really, I think, is that it's a great place and I'd love to explore it further, but just didn't have enough time really. So it's a real kind of wilderness, fresh air kind of vibe up in the Scottish Highlands, and it's the kind of place I'd love to go on holiday, maybe do sort of a week touring it or something like that. That'd be really excellent. The next thing is the car, so how the car did, and I can read a few stats out of what we've done today. So mileage, we've done 1,047 miles, which is fairly crackers to do in Monday, I suppose. We had an average fuel consumption of 31.8, which I think is excellent as well, mainly motorway driving, but we did kind of do a little bit of A roads and things as well, so not all at sort of 70 or 60 or whatever, so that's fairly decent for a 4.2 litre V8. And average speed 63 miles an hour, which is kind of, you know, doing the motorway, that's kind of what you'd expect really. And my odometer now reads 100,128 miles, so yeah, took it over to 6 digits, which is yeah, a bit of a milestone for this car, but it's kind of what it's for. So the XK8, a brilliant GT. I'm in reasonable shape. I am tired because I've been up for 20 hours or so, but I don't ache, I don't have anything that hurts, so that's reasonably good for someone who spent most of those 20 hours sat behind the wheel of this car, I'm in no discomfort at all. So a brilliant tool, this car, for covering long distance, and as I said, probably the best value GT you can buy today. So I think that's it. I suppose, would I recommend doing a trip like I did today? And the answer is no, not really. I'm quite exhausted now, and it's not exactly good value for money either. So had to put probably, well, actually, yeah, nearly 3 tanks of fuel in at about 80 to 90 pounds a time. So yeah, quick math means nearly 250, between 250 and 300 quid's worth of fuel just to go up to Scotland and back, which probably isn't the best use of time and resources, but I did have a good time. So me personally, I enjoyed it, and I loved challenging myself to see how far we can go in this thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Until the next time, I probably won't do another video now before Christmas and New Year, so have a great Christmas and a great New Year. I'll be back in the new year to address some of the maladies of my cars and plan some more trips. See you later. Bye bye.